So my name is Karl Tammiste. I'm from Peri village in southeastern Estonia, and my subject today is how my community has become a helper and provider of resilience, a rural municipality. But first, a bit about myself. I'm a resident of Peri village. I participate in our village's NGO, mostly organizing events and applying for different grants. I have worked as a science teacher, and from beginning of this year, I work as a civil defense instructor in Estonian Rescue Services Agency. Uh, Today, in this presentation, I represent Peri NGO about the Peri village. So as said before, Peri is a village in southeastern Estonia, approximately 35 kilometers from the eastern border. Peri is a relic from the Soviet collective farm times. The last high peak in population was in 1980s when the most of the detached houses were built. A large community center with canteen and shop. Also, all the infrastructure was built back then. After the collapse of USSR, everything was left in the same state, and over time, everything started to disintegrate. The biggest fear for the villagers are the central heating cuts by degraded pipes in the ground bursting midwinter, leaving many people without heat in old, poorly insulated detached houses. Also, frequent storms are blowing trees on the power lines, and if there is no power for the local boiler house, the effect is the same for the local population. The situation looked bad, but we have helped to make things better. And so what we did, in 2019, we created a local village NGO, elected on head of the village, a village elder, and started doing stuff. At the beginning, random stuff like in the winter, taking water from the river and pouring it onto the ground, letting it freeze, making an ice skating rink for the children, all with our own personal time and resources. We weren't facing the rural municipality with requirements that this and that should be done today, and better yet, if it was done yesterday. We just did our thing, small projects here and there. People noticed that and in the village and also outside, and the word got through that we are able people who can do things. The next big step for us was to make a development plan for our village, and we set the dates and goals and possible sums that were needed to make the steps towards the resilience and the safety of our village residents. Most of the goals we set, we managed to receive in 5 years' time, and it's a really, really big deal for us. But everything isn't ready yet, and we have new plans coming up as we go. As an example of one of the projects in 2023, an Estonian rescue service opened a grant for buying generators for communities to create resilience centers. With monetary help from Põlva Rural Municipality, we were able to get the grant and bought a 3-phase diesel generator to provide electricity to our library building, which in crisis situation would act as a resilience center, or use the generator as a backup for the local boiler house, which provides heat for over 200 residents. If we ask what is a resilience center, a resilience center is a crisis center in a public building or a space located within local government unit, where residents can receive information, advice, and assistance during a crisis. It's based mostly on the Ukrainian experience, when people need some help or information about what's going on if the electricity is down or can't get any information from anywhere. So Not long after the purchase, we purchased a generator, and we had a power cut for 28 hours in our village. We decided that it's a perfect occasion to test the generator and open the community's resilience center in the local library. At the time, we provided people with electricity to charge their phones and play board games in the meantime. Crucial was the information provided through our village's Facebook group. People have to know that there is help available. Today, our Resilience Center is an official Põlva Rural Municipality Resilience Center. The municipality invested in our building by changing all the electrical wiring because old was bad and worn out. They installed new heating system so we can be independent and provide heated rooms even if there is central heating cut in the village's system. So a perfect story of resilience, the local community working side by side with the rural municipality. So what has happened after? We have consulted other villages how to start and how to do things. They have come to us, especially after the war began again in Ukraine. Many other villages have made their own resilience centers and put together their own crisis plans. They have the generators and other resources. Everybody are preparing to do more and to be more resilient. This summer, it was our village's duty to organize a traditional Põlva Rural Municipality Villages summer games. They usually are like sport games, like volleyball and all of that kind of stuff. But we did it with a little civil defense twist. The tasks and the competitions were like packing an evacuation backpack by memorizing a list within just a minute, finding and evacuating a victim from a detached house basement, which you can see on the pictures. And also filling sandbags and covering a window with them. And maybe the most interesting part, shooting down drones with a shotgun. What means that the village elders shot flying discs in the shooting range. And in the event, there were more than 150 participants. Overall, sharing the knowledge is crucial because if all the communities are prepared in crisis, to one community may need help from another, and we can be more resilient that way. And if we work together in peacetime, then the chances are bigger to work together also in the crisis. So what are our challenges today? The bigger ones are how to use and maintain all the gear and supplies we have, do all the things we have any value in the time where there is no crisis. For an example, as you can see on the picture, the military pre-positioned dragon teeth in our village to, in case of an invasion, block the roads. And at the beginning, they were just clumped in a group taking up space, but we reorganized those dragon teeth and put them up in a way that a parking lot, what you can right now see, is much safer, and also for the road users and also for the pedestrians. And last but not least, I have a small idea to share with all of you. Every year, if you can, you should refill your local sandboxes with sand, because investing in children's welfare and activities is the best way to invest in civil defense. Thank you.